How was everyone today? Hopefully doing well or fantabulous. So, we're gonna do something different. How many of you cooked with lamb before? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. So, we're gonna do what I call blackjack lamb, okay? And guess what? It involves liquor. So, I am gonna be putting in some tequila in my sauce, as well as a little bit of brandy in my sauce as well, okay? So, ready to get started? Oh, do you have your wine? Because you gotta have your wine when you cook, I'm just saying. You ready for the ingredients? Besides the liquor portion of it. So for the sauce, you're gonna need your 2 liquors. You need some Worcestershire sauce, some A1 sauce. You're gonna need some barbecue sauce. I'm sticking with the Sweet Baby Ray's, okay? You're also gonna need some oregano. You're gonna need some basil. You're gonna need some parsley or cilantro. I'm gonna go with cilantro. You're gonna need a bay leaf as well, okay? And some all-in-one seasoning. You're gonna make a bed of veggies too. So for your bed of veggies, you're gonna need some radishes. You're gonna need some potatoes, some celery, some carrots, some beans, and some mushrooms, okay? And that's gonna be your bed of veggies. So, join me. Let's get started. Let's go. So first up, let's create our bed of veggies, okay? So get your potatoes, put your potatoes in there. Next up, mushrooms. Let's lay them out. Radishes, okay? Followed by your diced onions. Last but not least, all your other ingredients, which is your beans, your celery, and the carrots. All right, so you got your nice bed of veggies right here, and the lamb is gonna go on top, okay? So let's go ahead and put some seasoning over top of our bed of veggies, okay? So this is basil, your black pepper, your oregano, and for those Caribbean people outside, your Maggi. And you see I didn't put a lot. Now it's time to mix everything up, okay? All right, so now let's move on to our sauce. All right, we're gonna start off with the garlic powder. Some garlic in there. Next up, your basil, oregano, and crushed red pepper. Greetings. How was everyone today? So, got a special for you today. Since it's cold outside, we're gonna do a beef stew today. Okay? So, in a beef stew, here's what we're gonna do. Gotta have your beef, right? I'm gonna give you some peppers. Okay? Gonna have your potatoes. Also gonna have a little bit of something different. Some radishes this time, okay? Gonna do your red onions. And so we're gonna try to make this hearty and healthy. So, diced tomatoes, okay? And for those of you who like mushrooms, we're gonna do some mushrooms. And what about other stuff? Yes, we're gonna do other stuff. So, I have some celery in here, some carrots in here, and some pinto beans in here as well, okay? So, for seasonings, you're gonna need fresh thyme. You need some black pepper. You're gonna need some fresh oregano, some cilantro, garlic, and what else we're gonna do? We're gonna do some basil too as well, okay? And last but not least, bay leaf, okay? Oh, you're gonna need some filtered water and some beef broth. This beef broth is 125 milligrams of sodium, and it's made by Pacific Foods. So I am not endorsing them. I'm just showing that it has a low content for sodium, which is I'm trying to make it a healthy, hearty meal, okay? For those of us who have issues like diabetes and other stuff. So, because when you have those things, you want to make sure that you're eating a healthy, hearty meal, okay? So, let's get started. Oh, do you have your drink? I got mine. fresh oregano. First time. All in one seasoning. Garlic. Cilantro. Basil. All right, mixing everything up before we added the other stuff in there. As you see, the beef is cooking rather nicely. So now we added in all the other vegetables so we can transfer some of that flavor from the beef into the vegetables and everything else. And it smells wonderful so far. I've added in the celery, the carrots, and the beans. All right, now it's time to add in our broth. Added in some tomato paste. This is your beef broth right here. All right, so see the tomatoes. Now we're gonna stir everything up, put the top on, and let it simmer. Well, let's see how our beef stew came out so far. So it looks nice and hearty too, doesn't it? And it looks packed with flavor. Let's take a taste. All right, so let's see how it tastes. Because it's hot. This is a good day to stay inside and have some soup. So, have a blessed day. And thank you for enjoying the show. If you have something you want me to cook, go ahead and send me a message, and I will cook that entree that you want me to cook. Okay? To the Home Chef Nick. So, what are we doing today? Today we're doing buttermilk fried chicken. You're like, that's interesting. I know, right? It's a Southern thing. Everybody knows I'm from the South. Because you know what? We love our hot sauce. So, I'm giving you a reason today to get your hot sauce out. So, what I have here in this bowl, it's white, don't it? Why is that? Because it's got buttermilk in it. And the fried chicken is being coated with buttermilk overnight. So, I've got chicken legs. Oops. And I also have chicken thighs. All right? So, next up, what we're going to do is we're going to dredge it in some flour. Gonna put some seasonings in it. And if you're at home, you need these because I'm going to show you and tell you exactly what you need to do for the seasonings, okay? Oh, and don't forget, you need your wine. Why? Because you're at home. And every home chef, you got to have a bottle of wine. Oops, I mean a glass. I got a bottle though. This one is the Winsburg Winery. It's a raspberry wine. But all the flavors I'm going to put inside the flour, that's going to be a good wine to pair well with your chicken when we get done with it. And the hot sauce. Trust me. So we ready to get started? So seasoning wise, here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some garlic. See this? It's crushed red pepper with oregano. Some red pepper. You need some paprika. All right. You need some oregano. Some Italian seasoning. Okay. You're also gonna need some Cajun seasoning. Make it healthy, some turmeric, all right? A little bit of black pepper. And if you're really feeling froggy, got some little bit of Old Bay, black and Old Bay seasoning. A little bit of cilantro, give it just like some kick to it. And a little bit of Cajun seasoning, okay? So, let's get started, and I'm going to show you. Remember, get these out. We need to start measuring how much we're going to put inside the flour, okay? So, let's get started. All right, so we're going to put in cilantro, okay? You want to put in about a tablespoon of cilantro. They're going to put a teaspoon in Cajun seasoning. We're also going to put in a half a teaspoon of the black and Old Bay seasoning. There we go. Black pepper, same thing. A half a teaspoon of the black pepper. There we go. For the Italian seasoning, we're going to put in 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of table seasoning. 1 teaspoon the crushed red pepper and organic, oregano, garlic, okay? Paprika, 1 teaspoon. All right, there we go. Oregano, 1 teaspoon. Crushed red pepper, we're gonna put in 1 teaspoon. And that's not a lot, okay? Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna mix this up. All right, let's mix it up. Putting in the chicken, okay? All right, so we're gonna take a fried chicken. All right, it's nice and coated. See that? Let's put it in. All right, here we have our chicken thigh. We've already put everything on it. Look at that. Just gonna make sure we cover it some more with the flour. Now it's ready for the deep fryer. All right, so now I'm taking our dressed chicken, just put it in the deep fryer, okay? So 14 minutes, all right, on a temperature of about, we got about 380, 400-ish, or just stay at 380, okay? But more importantly, 14 minutes, okay, for the fried chicken. So see you in 14 minutes. Hey, now we're back. And so I told you, we love our hot sauce. All right. I'm not going to drown it. I'm just going to put a little bit in the plate. See? Just a little bit. All right. So. You know what? This will go good with a beer right about now. But for time being, this is good. It is so good. So good. Till next time. Greetings. Have a blessed night. Welcome back. A blessed day. So today we're gonna do ahi tuna with a tuna pesto. What? Yeah, ahi tuna with a tuna pesto. And we're gonna make the pesto from scratch, and I'll show you how. So you're gonna need the following things. All right, some ground ginger, thyme. You need some salt. In this case, I'm doing a chipotle salt. You need red wine vinegar, olive oil, some coriander, ground coriander, parsley, need basil, garlic. Okay. Now, for everything else, you're gonna need some bell peppers, red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, an apple, a cucumber. You're gonna need some celery. Okay. You're also gonna need a radish, and you're gonna need some peppers. You're gonna need some red onions as well too. Okay. So we're gonna put all that. We're gonna put all that into here, the food processor, and voila, our pesto was done. Okay. So, all right. Put some carrots, celery, your red bell pepper inside there as well. Red bell pepper, another cucumber, pepper. Here is your red onion you're putting in. Also going to put in apple right there. Also going to put in, voila, that is a gherkin, which is basically another name for a pickle right there. This is a golden berry. Two golden berries. Brown sugar. Minced garlic. Right there. Red wine vinegar. Olive oil. Everything's in. Let's blend. Everything's blended together. So now we add in tuna. Right there. That's the missing ingredients, the tuna. So here's our pesto now, with everything blended inside it. Okay? All right, now it's time to cook our tuna. Okay? So let's start. It's 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece. We're adding our oil. I know, too much oil. But I got a good reason for it. So as you see, we've added in all the veggies that was making up our pesto right there on the sides. Okay? Now we're gonna add in the seasoning. Everything is seasoned. Now we're gonna cover it up. Remember, 2 minutes per side. Almost done. Look at that. Now we're gonna finish sauteing all of our veggies. And here we have it. This is our ahi tuna with a pesto sauce on it. So the veggies and stuff that I cooked are on the bottom, the pesto sauce is on top of the veggies, and the ahi tuna is right on top. So, greetings. Have a blessed day. How was everyone today? Hopefully everyone is doing really, really good. So, I've got a really good treat for you today. You ever had buttermilk fried green tomatoes? You know, a green tomato fried. Southern style, by the way. So, what do you need? So, is everyone ready to get started? First up, we're gonna do buttermilk fried green tomatoes. So, get your glass of wine and let's get ready, okay? Let's get started here. So we have our flour. Next, get time to measure everything out. So we're gonna do a half a tablespoon of the Italian seasoning. Put that in there. Crushed red pepper. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon. Paprika. 1 tablespoon of paprika. All right. We're gonna do a half a tablespoon of thyme. Right there. We got some oregano. Half a tablespoon of oregano. Next up, we got some garlic mixed with oregano. A half a tablespoon. Some black pepper. We're gonna do a teaspoon of black pepper. Black pepper. And now we got some blackened seasoning. We're gonna do a teaspoon of the blackened seasoning. All right. Next up, we're gonna be generous. And we're gonna do a full tablespoon of some cilantro. And then we're gonna do a half a tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. Right there. So, next up, time to mix everything up in the flour. All right, time to put in the fried green tomatoes. We've already soaked it in our buttermilk. Let's put it in there. Next thing we can do, we're gonna shake it up. Put your top on. Okay, seal it real tight. And now we're gonna put our dredged tomatoes into the deep fryer. Ooh, we can hear it. All right, so we're gonna drop these down and then we're gonna see what they look like in a few minutes. How about that? So, guess what? Fried green tomatoes. Buttermilk fried green tomatoes. Voila. Guess what? We need a sauce. Do we need a sauce? We need a sauce. So guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna make a sauce. Make it real easy for you too. So guess what? Follow along. All right, we've cut up our cilantro. Next up, we're gonna put in the blackened Old Bay sauce. Just a little bit. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put in our horseradish. All right, you can be generous a little bit, just a little bit, generous. All right, follow it up with the mayo. There we go. We're gonna put in the honey mustard. Just a little bit, just like that. Next up, the garlic aioli sauce. Okay. And last but not least, we're gonna put in ketchup. So, taste test time. All right. Buttermilk, fried green tomato. Dip it in our sauce. Like this. Time to eat. You know, you need some beer for this. A nice cold beer would go great. Till next time, have a great. So, how was everyone today? Are you ready for another episode of Cooking with Chef Nick, Home Chef Nick? Because today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna work on your appetizers today, okay? So, have you ever had buttermilk fried mushrooms? If not, see, here's your mushroom right here. Guess what? And here's your buttermilk. And your flour. We already got some flour already put in the bowl right here. So here's your flour right here. And we got a whole bunch of seasonings we're gonna put in it. So you need your mushrooms, okay? Need to do some measuring. Last but not least, great some wine. How was everyone? Got a treat for you. Guess what we're doing? Buttermilk fried mushrooms. Huh? What? It's a southern thing. You know, we like to fry everything in the South. We'll fry everything. So, you're gonna need some buttermilk. What I did was I've already taken the buttermilk and I've already put it in the mushrooms. So the mushrooms have been soaking in the buttermilk already. You're gonna need some flour. So, here's the flour right here. So we're gonna dredge it in the flour. After we dredge the mushrooms in the flour, we put it in the deep fryer, and nothing but goodness at that point. Oh, you're gonna need your glass of wine. And I got a glass. Because if you're the home chef, you gotta have a glass of wine. This particular glass of wine is from the Williamsburg Winery. It is a wine with raspberry, actually. So if you wanna look them up, boom, it's a pretty decent wine. And it pairs well with the sauce we made. Well, we're gonna make a sauce for it, okay? Because you gotta have a nice sauce for this type of delicacy, okay? Ready to get started? I know I am. Okay, so here's our flour. You're gonna need paprika, some crushed red pepper. You're also gonna need some oregano, some Italian seasoning. You need some blackened seasoning, Cajun seasoning. Here's your crushed red pepper by McCormick, oregano and garlic as well. You're also gonna need some black pepper, okay? And then when you feel kind of froggy, some Old Bay or the blackened seasoning for Old Bay, okay? Now all that is already in here already. So let's get started. We're putting our mushrooms inside the dredge, okay? There we go. Put the mushrooms in, put a few mushrooms in, and then we're gonna shake it up. We need these mushrooms to be coated, like a very good coat on them. So we can put them in the deep fryer on 3 minutes cooking time. Boom. All right, so let's put our top on. Oh, wrong top. Silly me, wrong top. Here we go. Top is on. Shake it up real good. There you go. Time to put it inside the deep fryer now. Okay, so the mushrooms are already dredged, putting them inside the deep fryer right now. All right, we've cut up our cilantro. Next up, we're gonna put in the blackened Old Bay sauce, just a little bit. Next we're gonna put in our horseradish. All right, You can be generous a little bit, just a little bit. Generous. All right, follow it up with the mayo. There we go. We're gonna put in the honey mustard. Just a little bit. Just like that. Next up, the garlic aioli sauce. Okay. And last but not least, we're gonna put in ketchup. Time to mix everything up. Buttermilk fried mushroom. You're saying to yourself, that looks like a chicken nugget. If you dredge it right with the flour and you fry it right, it will look like a chicken nugget. So let's take a test, shall we? It's crunchy like a nugget. You know what? I need some beer. This is good. I'm just saying, if you try this at home, with the recipe I gave you for the sauce, you're gonna love it. I'm just saying, it's finger licking good actually, man. You're gonna love it. So until next time, have a good day.